Rice to Chelsea is a saga that's never ending. But he just balled out once again. Absolutely balled out. And my timeline is going crazy. Apparently, he's the answer to all of Chelsea's problems. But we need to dive in deep. We need to be here. So buckle up. It's always controversial when it comes to Declan. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. Happy Halloween. And I've got 3 major stories for you guys today that we're going to discuss. It's going to be a calm video. It's going to be a relaxed video. It's going to be an informative video. All for you. And in 10 minutes, you're going to leave this video fully satisfied with your daily Chelsea knowledge. And more importantly, ready for the week to start. So 3 main stories. We're going to talk about Declan Rice and him joining Chelsea. We all know it's a matter of time until the deal happens. But the reality is, let's weigh it up. Pros, cons, what's it going to take? Who has to leave the squad for it to happen? Then we're going to talk about yesterday's 2 major stories from yesterday. Why are the wing-backs scoring all the goals? Why are the wing-backs more penetrative than our strikers and our twin tens? Well, I've got the answer for you. And finally, Jorginho didn't give the penalty to Reece, allegedly. But what is the big deal about it? We need to talk about it, we need to get into details and the fine-tuning of it. Let's stay tuned. But before we get started, I already want one thing from you guys, okay? I need you guys to hit the like button. The target is 300 likes. Look, videos like this take time to plan, and more importantly, they take a lot of thought. I don't want to just get on camera and just talk nonsense. I want you guys to be informed, engaged, and most importantly, edit some of the best parts so it's easy and quick and watch for you guys. So please hit that like button, be interactive, and recommend this channel to your friends. It goes a long way. Honestly, word of mouth is the best way to grow. So let's get on with the video, peeps. What can I say about Declan Rice that hasn't been said? Declan Rice is a very good footballer. He's actually a very good destroyer. He'll get ball. Whenever attacks come down his way, he is a man that gets around the ground quick, very good in the challenge, good in the air. Leadership capabilities are extremely underrated. Very good player for a mid-table side. He will be their best player. He'll stand out, he will shine. But the question always remains, can he take the step up to the next level? A lot of people will say 100% he can, Alex, stop being a moron. But I ask you the question, right? At Chelsea, what does our deep line playmaker or defensive midfielder, as a lot of people want to call it, have to do? Well, it's the distribution on the ball. What's his distribution like when he hasn't got time and space? What's it like when we're playing out the back? What's it like when Thiago Silva, Rudiger, and Christensen are threading the ball to him and he's got someone right behind him? Can he do that side of the game? And the answer is, for me, no. I've seen it for England and I've struggled to understand how people are so convinced he can. He slows things down, he goes hiding. Yes, he's a good player when we don't have the ball, but at Chelsea, we have the ball 70% of the time. 65 to 70% of the time, we have the ball. We're always dominating and we're always penetrating other teams. So can we carry a Declan Rice? This is the question. And then this is the question that I need you guys to answer for me now. We have got 3 world-class midfielders. N'Golo Kante, Jorginho, and Mateo Kovacic. Say whatever you want about those 3. They are professional in their own roles. Jorginho orchestrates the attacks. He dominates at what tempo we play. Kante retrieves the ball, energy for the team, and is there to put out fires. The way Declan Rice. Mateo Kovacic dribbles in tight places, gets in the final third, and almost sparks an engine and presses for the team. Yet, which one of those roles is Declan Rice going to come and take over? He can't do the Jorginho role. In my opinion, he can't do the Kovacic role because he's not good enough on the ball at dribbling in tight areas, hasn't got that low center of gravity. And when it comes to him or NG, there's only one winner. So then we say, okay, he could be the 4th choice. Is he too expensive to be the 4th choice? £60 million for a 4th choice midfielder is blasphemous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Then you start looking at the interesting aspects. People want Billy Gilmore to come back into this team. People want Conor Gallagher to come back into. They want Ruben Loftus-Cheek to come back in this team. Big man, what are we doing here? Like, if we're going to be doing that, then how are we going to have 7 midfielders for 2 positions? It makes 0 sense. What do you guys want? And I'm not even talking about Saul. Ruben will have to leave. Conor Gallagher will have to leave. And so will Billy Gilmore. Will you be happy with that? Personally, I prefer Billy and Ruben all day, every day to Declan Rice. I'm not convinced with Gallagher yet. I need to see more of him. And I think we need to give it time. I don't think we need to be reactionary, and I don't think we need to be too extreme in our judgment. Is he a good player? Yes, he is. But is he ready for Chelsea right now? I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. And then we need to attack the one and only, man. We need to talk about the story about Jorginho yesterday. A lot of people love to pick on Jorginho, right? Jorginho can do no right. Even when we won the Champions League, people still found a way to get at him. European Player of the Year, people still find a way to get at him. European Champion, people still find a way to get at him. It's an agenda. It literally, there's no two ways about him. Him and Mason Mount might be the most polarizing players I've ever seen in the Chelsea top. Like, people either love him to the nth degree or think they're absolutely terrible. And the reality is, right, what happened yesterday is not that big of a deal. It really is not that big of a deal. But you lot want to make it a bigger deal. I said after the game, a little bit frustrating, Jorginho didn't let Reece take the penalty. Well, information has come out. Reece didn't want the penalty. Reece went over to him and wished him luck. Basically gave him a little slap on the bum and said, good luck, geezer. And Jorginho slotted the penalty away in cool fashion. But now I'm going to tell you why this isn't an issue and you're trying to make it. The reason people want to make this an issue is because they don't like Jorginho. They want as much hate, as much of negative energy to go to Jorginho, when really he's our regista, he's our golden boy, and more importantly, he puts a smile on all our faces, people. He slots in penalties at a reliable rate. I think he's a 90% penalty converter. And more importantly, he's a player that consistently performs well for Chelsea. Would Reece taking the penalty and making history and becoming the first defender to get a hat-trick be great? 100%, it would have been something we could have used for our agendas for years to come. The issue is, Jorginho is the penalty taker and it's a precedent that he set. We can't be giving away penalties, and you know what would happen? Say, for example, Reece missed the penalty, and then they scored a goal and it's 2-1, and all of a sudden we're under the cosh with St. James's Park rocking. No, you go with your favourite player who is always consistent and reliable from that spot. Let him slot it away, make it 3-0, game's dead and buried and done. Yet people want to create problems. We're top of the league. What's the problem? I don't understand. Stop being those people. I've been picking my brain a lot. Like, I've literally been sitting there and I've been thinking about this final story. And yesterday I posted a thing on our community page. This is why you should subscribe, because then you get all this stuff that pops up on your timeline on YouTube. And it was a breakdown of all of our goal scorers. And we've scored a lot of goals this year. We really have. Like, we scored 26 goals this year. And I think 12 or 13 of them have come from defenders. And our wingbacks and Ben Chilwell, Reece James and Marcos Alonso have been responsible for 10 of the 26 goals that we've scored. So I was sitting there thinking, why is that? Why are those three players scoring more goals than our strikers and our forward? And it hit me. It's because we base the attacks to finish with them. Like, if you think of the way Chelsea play, Chelsea generate the ball, they knock the ball around in the middle of the park, they go wide, they switch it across, and all of a sudden we build overloads. We get the ball into the number 10s or into the centre striker, especially when it's Kai Havertz. He comes in deep, right? He comes in a little bit deeper, pops it off. Next thing you know, the twin 10s have it, and the two wing backs are running over. And when the two wing backs run around, they've got two options. They either spark that ball straight across the goal, or they cross it in. And when they cross it in, the other fullback is coming in at the back post. Any knockdowns, any drop downs, they're in and around smashing the ball. That's one way of doing it. The balls just drop to them because they're getting into high probability areas, into areas where the XG is higher. And the striker's nowhere in sight because he linked up the play. But more importantly, and this is very interesting as well, when you look at Reece, Ben, Alonso, not so much, but Aspi as well, Tuchel has them tuck in and make runs through the middle every now and then. And those runs through the middle cause problems for the fullbacks of the opposition, because the opposition don't know how to pick them up. The twin 10s go a little bit wider, N'Golo Kante goes a little bit wider, and all of a sudden the pitch is nice and wide with big options. And it just confuses them to the point when these overloads finally happen. Players that are pure strikers of the ball, like Reece James, Alonso, and Ben Chilwell, they're accurate most of the time. So then there's a higher probability of this going in. Personally, I think this is by design to have them scoring more goals. I think it's by design to have us generating chances, so our wider players are the ones that are creating and generating the better chances. Yes, we would want our strikers to do it, but the striker ends up being a luxury piece in that scenario when he scores, because we are all of a sudden using him as a backboard to start off other attacks. It's interesting, it's something that we need to keep a deeper eye on and see how many goals our wingbacks actually get. But this was the Kavkas View. I hope you lot enjoyed it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, 300 likes is the target. Let's hope we can hit it.